Kai Cenat is pretty much the dictionary definition of a wealthy streamer today, but his journey to fame didn't happen on easy mode. Cenat was born in New York City, where he grew up with his mom and siblings. When he was very young, the family moved to Georgia and fell on hard times. They spent some time living in a shelter while getting back on their feet. They eventually moved out of the shelter and back to New York. Cenat told Complex that he was so young while living at the shelter that he only has vague memories of what it was like.
It's glimpses. My mom still got the shelter sheets on her crib.
Hazy images of the people who were also living there still stick out in his mind, and his few memories of that time make him especially grateful for everything his mom did for him and his siblings. He called her a hero, adding that the entire family has never forgotten their time at the shelter. He thinks of it now as a way to truly appreciate what his life is like today.
I always think to that moment and realize where I came from and don't take nothing for granted.
When Cenat was very young, his dad left the family, so the future streaming superstar never got to know him. Not having his dad in his life completely changed Cenat's outlook, and it also gave him a big goal for his own future. In a post on X, Cenat reflected on his non-relationship with his own dad and said, "I promise to be the best dad ever one day." Cenat doesn't make a habit of talking about his dad with his audience, but it's also not a subject that he shies away from when it comes up. Cenat spent most of his life with his siblings and his mom. He has at least had some contact with his dad, though. They reunited in a stream in June 2024, but they're not close.
It's awesome, I could call him, but I just choose not to. We don't have a close connection.
Cenat said that his dad actually has other sons who are big fans of his streaming content, adding that he respects his dad for not asking him for money now that he's a famous streamer. In 2023, Cenat tried to drum up some excitement with an absolutely massive giveaway where he handed out PlayStation 5 consoles among other expensive prizes. Unfortunately, Cenat didn't completely think through his plan and ended up hosting an event so big it caused some real chaos. Cenat's giveaway was an impromptu event in New York City's Union Square. He surely knew he'd draw a big crowd, but he probably didn't expect literally thousands of pumped-up Twitch fans to pour into the space. Fights broke out, and Cenat ended up being arrested on charges of inciting a riot because of just how out of hand things got. Shortly after being released, Cenat talked about the riot during one of his streams. He emphasized that his intentions had been good.
I don't condone any of the things that went on that day. None of that is cool.
On the other hand, he also criticized some of the reactions the event got and called out reporters for visiting his mom's house to look for a comment. After giving an official apology and paying a $57,000 fine, Cenat was able to avoid any additional legal snarls. In April 2024, Cenat found himself at the center of some unpleasant internet drama. A woman posting under the name Layla Redcakes started sharing photos of a sleeping Cenat along with screenshots of private DMs. She said the pictures were coming out because Cenat hadn't paid her hush money. She threatened that there were even more explicit photos that she could leak. After finding out about the pictures, Cenat threatened to sue the leaker immediately. Cenat went on his stream and shared evidence of his side of the story, including more text message screenshots and a receipt showing that he'd paid $50 for an Uber to take the woman home after their encounter. He also shared an audio clip where he called the alleged leaker and accused her of taking naked pictures of him without consent. The drama eventually fizzled away, and Layla never released any additional photos of Cenat. In a November 2024 interview with DJ Small Eyes, she commented on the situation but didn't show much remorse. She said that she was not sorry for exposing Cenat for not paying her.
But am I sorry for how it turned out? Yeah, because we could have handled it better.
Cenat didn't respond to the comments, and it's unclear as of the making of this video whether he's still suing her for the leaks. In the summer of 2024, a whole lot of attention was focused on Dr. Disrespect's scandal involving his apparent admission of messaging an underage fan on Twitch. People were so focused on the doc scandal, in fact, that lots of folks missed Kai Cenat dealing with a similar problem involving a member of his team. In July, rumors started circulating that a cameraman for Cenat's streaming collective, Any Means Possible, had been messaging a minor. Screenshots leaked that seemingly showed AMP cameraman Chris V sending a girl explicit messages even after she told him that she was 17 years old. Cenat decided to look into the rumors himself, and he returned to his stream right away with what he found.
It's confirmed. Alright? All that is confirmed, and I'm just sick and tired of having to do like this.
Cenat started crying as he explained the situation and how shocked and disgusted he was by the messages written by someone who'd been part of his streaming team for a long time. Cenat quickly cut ties with Chris V and fired him from AMP. Having guests on his streams is a way for Cenat to keep his viewers engaged, and for the guests, it's a huge platform for them to get their name and message out there to a huge audience. Cenat has partnered with streamers like iShowSpeed for themed events, and also tries to bring big celebrity guests on when he can. Yet viewers haven't welcomed every guest with open arms. Cenat's most controversial guests have been musicians with some baggage. In early 2024, Cenat invited the singer Sir and his ex-girlfriend onto the stream, but after refusing to pay Sir's ex, Cenat made a video with just the rapper instead. Some people online were upset over Cenat paying Sir for his involvement with the video. Sir later apologized for a post he made about the video, which many viewers said was misogynistic. Later that same year, Cenat had singer Chris Brown on his stream. Back in 2009, Brown assaulted then-girlfriend Rihanna, leaving visible bruises on her face. He was charged with felony assault and pleaded guilty. When viewers spoke out, Cenat deleted posts promoting the stream with Brown, but the video itself remains on his YouTube channel. Celebrity guests are part of Cenat's streaming formula now, but some of Cenat's viewers keep calling him out when he brings problematic personalities onto his channel. Almost every major streamer has a swatting story, and most of them have more than one. Swatting is just about the easiest way that internet trolls have to completely disrupt a streamer's real life. Trolls find the streamer's current address, call in a fake report to the police, and wait to see the chaos play out live. Cenat is one of the many streamers who have been repeatedly swatted. In 2022, fans saw Cenat get swatted at 6 in the morning, and after dealing with the police, he came back on camera obviously irritated and exhausted. Cenat's exhaustion might help explain why, when he was swatted again a few months later, he learned that the police were at his house from the private security guards he'd hired. Surviving multiple swattings and hiring private security still wasn't enough to completely protect Cenat, though. As recently as November 2024, he was swatted again. Viewers watched in real time as armed police officers swept through his house. Amazingly, Cenat was able to laugh about the incident just a few months later in an interview on Club Shay Shay, saying,
It was crazy. I got swatted. They made a false call, false claim. They got to find a way to be able to find people from doing that.
Streamer University was one of the biggest, most ambitious projects in Kai Cenat's streaming career. The idea was for Cenat to teach aspiring influencers the secrets to his success so they could make it themselves. Streamer University was supposed to double as a real learning opportunity for students, with the added bonus of being a great source of content for Cenat's channel. It was supposed to mark the high point of Cenat's career, but the project had some serious downsides. Cenat partnered with the University of Akron to teach his wannabe streamers on an actual college campus. Over 120 aspiring content creators arrived as students, and Cenat had 17 professors lined up to teach them. But even before Streamer University opened its doors, Cenat was facing accusations of favoritism and misogyny in his admission decisions. Once classes got underway, the drama ratcheted up even more. The students were encouraged to live stream their time at the university, and that push for content might have led students to be more confrontational than they would have been otherwise. Multiple fights broke out. A student was injured in a water gun fight. A dorm room got trashed. People who followed Streamer University had mixed opinions about its educational effectiveness, but on the bright side, most of them agreed that it made for some watchable content. That's probably why Cenat is forging ahead and accepting admissions for another go-around.
Here you will find a school where chaos is encouraged and content is king.
People who say that streaming is easy don't really know what they're talking about. It might not be the same as back-breaking manual labor, but sitting in front of a camera and trying to entertain an audience day after day can be incredibly draining. Mental health concerns are a big reason why streaming is more risky than people realize. Cenat has learned that for himself. Every streamer gets fatigued from being on camera, but Cenat regularly pushes himself to do some wildly long streaming marathons. His Mafia-thon events are month-long streams where he never takes a break. Cenat even sleeps on camera during the marathons, and he knows that his unparalleled dedication helps keep fans engaged in his channel. Those marathon streams help Cenat grow his fan base, but they come at a serious cost. He said on an episode of Hot Ones, "Every time when it's completed, the next day I wake up trying to get out of PTSD of people watching me." He said that for a while after a big marathon, he can't shake the feeling that people are constantly watching him. Cenat doesn't seem all that worried about the post-marathon stress, but he deals with it by making sure he has enough time to recover before getting back in front of his audience again. In November 2024, Cenat invited magician Max Major onto his stream as part of his Mafia-thon 2 event. Max set up what was supposed to be a magic trick in which he escaped from a noose, but when Cenat pulled a lever to initiate the stunt, Max started hanging from the noose instead. Cenat looked genuinely panicked and worried out loud about getting banned for showing a hanging on Twitch. Fans were also shocked, but some of them wondered if Cenat had actually been in on the stunt from the beginning. That wasn't the case at all. Major later released his own YouTube video explaining that he had intentionally set up the hanging as a way to prank Cenat. The streamer definitely didn't appreciate the move, especially because Max allegedly set up his stunt under false pretenses.
He lied to my team and people about what he was trying to do.
Cenat added that he was extra surprised because he'd worked with Max on his stream before and had been impressed by his magic. Now, though, Cenat's taste for magic is definitely ruined, and fans probably shouldn't expect to see a magician on his stream ever again.